Yes, joining us at the annual general meeting of Sri Lanka Rugby is the newly elected Secretary of Sri Lanka Rugby, Mr. Jude Pillai. Tell us how happy you are to be elected as the new Secretary.
Well, as you see, I mean, we have been playing the sport for a while, and I've been in the committee for the last 6 years. So I think that we have a vibrant team which is together now, and I am overwhelmed to support the system and the game as much as I could, using all my experiences.
Well, one of the most important events, of course, is the annual general meeting. Are you happy how the meeting took place and how proceedings went? And I'm sure everything fell in order.
Absolutely, it was a absolutely brilliant AGM. You see, the crowd inside is amazing, and also you being the compeer, so you ran the show. So I think it was an excellent AGM.
Yes, we were speaking to the newly elected president, and of course, we spoke to some of the past greats as well. There are a lot of things in the pipeline, a lot of changes to be made, a lot of positiveness coming out of it. You know what are the plans are. So, what do you see for the next 2 years for Sri Lankan rugby?
Well, I see that with the president's speech, he's totally focused on doing something different, and I think that with the leader in front and with the vision, I think that we need to drive it. So I think that we are all ready to drive it, and I mean that's our main thing. So drive the vision of the president for the future.
As a player, you have been selector, coach, whatever, administration. What do you have to say to these young players who are playing the game, who are coming out of school, joining clubs? We know Sri Lanka and the world has gone through so much in the last 1 year or so because of the COVID pandemic. And now looking at the future ahead, what are the words of wisdom you could give to some of our young players?
Well, I see that there's a lot of talent we need to inculcate from the school. We need to have a plan on that. Number two is, I think, the existing players who are in the A division system. I think we need to focus and see how we can drive them to become professional, because the sport is not 100% professional. But we need to give them education to see how they could have a better life by playing the sport, and also making sure that as individuals that you have a professional career also, rather than only sticking to the sport. So we are trying to look at how we are going to implement these areas and try to support the players and ensure, because my role as a secretary is to make sure that I coordinate, I communicate with all stakeholders in the system, and our most important priority is the players. So we have a plan for the future to discuss and communicate with the players and ensure that they have a career, they have a lifeline, they have a system in place so that we could support them through SLR.
There you go, positive, new changes, good thinking, looking forward to the future of Sri Lanka Rugby. That was the newly elected Honorary Secretary of Sri Lanka Rugby, Mr. Jude Pillai. Thank you very much, Jude. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, and all the best.